In the 13th chapter, Lord Krishna said that it is the association with the guns of Prakriti that is responsible for rebirth, that is Sansar. In this chapter, the Lord deals with this topic elaborately and shows how one can be free from these binding gunas. Hello and welcome to my channel. We are reading Bhagavad Gita and today we started reading chapter 14, Gunatray, vibhag, yoga. So let's continue. In the first two verses, Krishna praises self-knowledge to draw Arjun's attention. It is the greatest knowledge which takes one to the greatest goal of liberation. By this knowledge, one attains the nature of God Himself and thus becomes free from birth and death. In the next two verses, Krishna gives a brief account of creation. Blessed by the Lord, Prakriti gives birth to this universe. Thus, they are the universal parents from whom all things and beings originate. From the 5th to the 18th verse, Bhagavan makes an elaborate analysis of the three guns, Sattva, Raj, and Tamas. They are born of Prakriti and are responsible for the human bondage. The Lord analyzes them from various angles which can be depicted in the form of a chart. Even though all the beings have the three guns, they differ because of the predominance of one gun over the other two. It is also possible to change the proportion for which alone all the preparatory sadhanas are prescribed. In the 19th and 20th verses, Krishna teaches the means of transcending the gunas. The Lord points out that the transcendence is in the form of knowledge alone. The self happens to be already beyond the guns. It is the body which has guns, doorship, etc. Because of identification with the body alone, the self seems to have guns. Hence, the only solution is to discriminate and own up the Gunatit Purush as oneself. Through this knowledge, one discovers oneself to be free from birth, death, etc. This is liberation. Arjuna asks Krishna about the characteristics of a Gunatit and the sadhana to achieve this. From the 22nd to the 25th verse, Krishna answers the first question. Gunatit is one who is detached from Prakriti. He does not have I notion in his body or my notion in the world. Hence, he looks at the variation of gunas objectively without reacting to them. He remains unaffected by the opposite experiences of life like pleasure, pain, praise, censures, honor, dishonor, etc. They are the play of Prakriti. Being full, he does not seek anything and therefore is free from selfish activities. Since a Gunatit is invariable a wise man, this description tallies with the Sthiti Pragya portion of the 2nd chapter as well as the Parbhakt portion of the 12th chapter. Krishna concludes by prescribing bhakti as the sadhana to achieve this goal. Thus, the Lord answers Arjun's second question. By the grace of the Lord, one gets a guru. Through the guru, one gets the knowledge which makes one gunatit. A bhakt becomes fit to attain Brahman's nature, which is immortality and absolute anand. Since the main topic here is the discrimination of the three guns and the self, this chapter is called Gunatray, vibhag, yoga. So this is it for today. I'll read chapter 15 in my next video. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.